boys and girls, welcome back. Magnificent Monday here. I hope you had a great 3-day weekend. We are in week 3 of summer school already. It's just flying right on by. So let's talk a little bit about what we did last week. Oh, first, don't forget your materials. You should have your laptop because you're watching me, unless you're watching me on the television. You need your workspace book and something to write with, okay? All right, so last week we talked about vocabulary. Oops, let me get a better marker so you can see what I'm doing. So let's say 3 times 5 equals 15. Do you remember what the numbers we multiply together are called in a multiplication equation? Factors, that's right. And do you remember what the answer to a multiplication problem is called? Product. Good. So factors are the two numbers we multiply together, and the product is the answer to a multiplication problem. Okay, we also looked at some of the patterns with the multiplication tables. Remember, we filled out 1 through 6 of the multiplication tables. We wrote word problems. We played multiplication bingo. So today we're going to do multiplication bingo again, but a little bit different. So I was using my big dice. This time I'm going to use some number cubes, but I'm going to use 2 different number cubes this time. So one of my number cubes is labeled 0 to 5, okay, 0 to 5. And then my other number cube that I'm going to use is labeled 6 to 9, so we can get more facts in, okay? So I'm going to use 2 different number cubes. Now let's just think about this. If I rolled a 2, two groups, and then let's say I roll 0. 2 times 0 equals some unknown product at this point. I have 2 groups with nothing in them, with no stars. How many stars do I have? None. I have 0 stars. Okay, I have 2 groups, but I have no stars in them. And remember, that's what we're counting up, are the stars. All right, so how would I write that as an addition? 0 stars plus 0 stars equals 0 stars. And then there's my multiplication equation. 2 groups of no stars equals 0 stars. All right, let's try that again with another one. Let's try 4 times 0. So now I need 4 groups with nothing in my groups, no stars. So I have 0 stars. How would I write that as an addition sentence? I would write 0 stars plus 0 stars plus 0 stars plus 0 stars equals 0. Nothing. Good. All right. Go ahead and turn in your workspace book to page 32. Page 32. All right. So page 32, we're talking specifically about groups of 0. All right. So it says, reading our directions, we read top to bottom on the page. Write the products. Products are the answer to a multiplication problem. Write an addition equation for each multiplication equation. All right, so let's look at number 1. Number 1 has 1 times 0 equals, and they have nothing in the box. And then we have 2 times 0. 3 times 0, go up to 6. 5 times 0 equals an unknown product. 6 times 0 equals an unknown product. Okay, can you see all of that? Let me scoot my computer down so you can see all of that. There's a little glare on the 5. Sorry, that's my light on my computer. Light from the computer. All right. Okay. So now we have to write the addition sentences for these. So one group of 0. I can't even write that one. Wouldn't even add anything together because that would be one group of nothing. Okay, so that's just 0. 2 groups of 0. 0 plus 0 equals 0, and then we're going to write our 0 in for our product. 3 groups of 0 stars. 0 stars plus 0 stars plus 0 stars equals 0 stars, and my product is again 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. 4 zeros I need. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 0 stars still, and my product is a 0. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals still 0 stars, so I'm going to put 0 in for my product. 6 times 0, I'm going to have 6 groups with nothing in it. And that would still equal no stars, and that would give me a product of 0. Okay, so you should have been filling that in on your page as we went. All right, number 7, it says answer the questions. Did any number times 0 equals 0? So we're going to write that one out in word form, and this is the way we spell 0. Okay, 0. Why? Because any number of 0 is still 0. Doesn't matter how many zeros I have. If I don't have any stars, it doesn't matter how many groups of no stars I have. So you're going to write any number of zeros is still 0. Any number of zeros is still 0. Good. 8. What products from page 28 should not be on a multiplication bingo card when the cubes will be 0 through 5 and 1 through 6? Okay, so let's go back to 28. So if I'm using the cubes like I just showed you, the 0 to 5, and this, so you can see I've got 1s, 2s, 3s, those would all be on there. I couldn't have 6 times 6. I wouldn't have that because my 1 cube only has 0 to 5. So there's no chance of me rolling 2 6s. It wouldn't happen. So which product? We're going to go back to page 32. 36 we could not make with the number of cubes I'm using. So the only product we couldn't come up with is 36. So that we're not going to put on our multiplication bingo card because there's no chance of rolling that. And why? Because there's only 1 6. And the way we get to 36 is 6 times 6. So that's not going to work for us. Okay, what products can you write on a multiplication bingo card when the cubes will be 0 to 5 and 1 to 6? 0 to 5 and 1 through 6. Okay, what products could I have? Going back to that page 28, I could have all of these up to 30. Okay, all of them up to 30. All right, so we're going to create a new bingo card. Look at page 34. 34. This you're going to do on your own. Afterwards, I'm going to show you where to find those 2 number cubes, the new number cubes that we're going to work with, okay? So you're going to fill in your new bingo card. So this is your homework before you meet with your teacher on Teams. That's going to be page 34. I'll write it all up here. And I will show you online in a video after we're done today. But right now I'm going to show you a new game, where the lines cross. Okay, so where the lines cross. I'm going to roll a cube, my handy dandy cubes. I got a 3. See that? Okay. So I'm going to draw 3 lines across. Let's just write that I rolled a 3. I'm going to draw 3 lines across. Okay. I'm going to roll it again. And this time, I got a 5. Okay. So now I'm going to do lines going down. 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 are my rows going across. 5 are called my columns. See, let me turn that up a little bit. Columns. Rows go horizontally, columns go vertically. Okay, so I did 3 rows, 5 columns. Now I want to see how many places the lines cross or intersect. Where lines cross each other, that's called an intersection. So I'm going to see where they cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And wouldn't you know, I started our day with that one. All right, so our product would be 15. That's how many times the lines cross each other. Okay, so now turn to page 35 in your workbook. And you can see you've got a practice page of where the lines cross. Okay, so I'm going to do some of these with you. All right, so page 35, number 1, we're going to read the directions. Circle where the lines cross, okay, and they did that for you. All the intersections there. Number 2, they counted them up. It's the model that I just did on the board for you. All right, so let's go to number 1. So we have 2 rows. So my multiplication equation is going to start with 2. I have 1 column, so it's going to be 2 times 1, and I'm going to circle all the places they cross. 1, 2 places where they cross. So that's a product of 2. You should be writing this in your book on page 35 with me. Okay, number 2. We have how many lines across? How many rows? We have 4. So that is the first factor in my multiplication equation. And then I have how many columns or lines going down vertically? I have 2. So that's going to be the second factor in my multiplication problem. 4 times 2, and I'm looking for the product. I'm going to find the product by circling all the places they cross or intersect. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 times 2 has a product of 8. All right. Number 3. Number 3, how many rows or lines across? Go ahead and count those up. I'll draw them on the board here. 6 rows, so that's my first factor. How many columns or vertical lines? There's 3, so that's my second factor. And I'm looking for my product. My product will be how many places the lines intersect or cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 6 times 3, oh, I can't stand that glare on there, equals 18, a product of 18. Let me see if I turn my light on, if it'll reduce the glare a little bit. Now it just puts another glare on there. Okay. All right, next problem. I have how many rows? That's my first factor. 2 rows. So 2 is my first factor. And how many columns? It's like 5, 3, 4, 5. That's my second factor. And I'm looking for the product, and that'll be every place the lines cross or intersect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I get a product of 10. All right, 2 more on this page. Let's look at number 5. How many rows do I have? This one's a big one. 3, 4, 5. I have 5 rows, so that's my first factor. And I have 5 columns. That will be my second factor, and I am looking for my product. I will find that wherever the lines cross or intersect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's a product of 25. Okay, got that down? All right, last one is number 6. And I have 5 rows. That's my first factor, 5. I have 6 columns. That's my second factor, and I'm looking for my product, which will be wherever my lines cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So I have a product of 30. Okay, you should have had that done in your book. Should have been doing it with me. Okay, so you have page 36 that you're going to do. I'm going to show you how to do that digitally as well so that you have your number cubes. And you're just going to fill in the boxes. Remember, you're doing rows first. So you're going to do 6 of these just like we just did. Okay? But I'm going to show you how to do it digitally so you can have the number cubes there to roll. All right? Okay, so then you're going to do, so you're going to do page 36 as well. 37 is just the instructions for the game in case you forget how to play. And then you're going to do a show what you know on page 39. Okay, so 34, remember, 34 is bingo. You're going to play another bingo game. 36 is you're going to practice where the lines cross. And then 39 is the show what you know. Okay? 34, 36, and 39 before you see your teacher and your team's meeting. And I will see you tomorrow. Right after this I'm going to show you how to use the digital tools. Okay, boys and girls, so I'm going to show you how to do multiplication bingo with zeros. So first you're going to do your HMH Central login, which should be your 5-6 number at St. Lucie Schools lunchnumbers.org. And then your password, remember, is your lunch number with a 0 in front of it. And then click sign in. And remember, there is a tab on our Teams page where you can get right to that. We're just going to go right to our lessons. Okay, so we're going to come down to lesson 16 through 20, practice multiplication. We're going to open that up. Let me see. Just go to games and multiplication bingo with zeros. Okay, so first we're going to click on products here, and then I'm just going to add different products into my game board. Remember, we said this has different products than the last game because we're dealing with different numbers. We've added zeros and taken a 6 off, so we can't have 36 anymore. You might want to refer back to your page with all your equations to see what products are most likely to occur. That would give you a better chance of winning. I'm just trying to do this as an example, so I'm not being very strategic. I'm just trying to show you how this works. Just put your numbers in. Okay, let's see, 20. Let's do a 16 up here. And how about a 12? Okay, once you've added all your numbers in your bingo card, you're going to close that out, and then you're just going to roll your number cubes. I have a 5 and a 3, so I'm going to put an X on 15, because 5 times 3 is 15. I have a couple of them. Remember, we're trying to get a line, trying to win bingo. 5 times 4 is 20, so I'm going to add that. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times 0 is 0. Got a couple of those. 1 times 1 is 1. Only one way to make that. 4 times 0 is 0. I already had that. 3 times 4 is 12. Put an X over here on this 12. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 5 is 15. I already used my 15. 5 times 4 is 20. Don't have that. I already used that. 1 times 3 is 3. 5 times 5 is 25. It looks like I've got 125 right there. 3 times 3 is 9. Getting close. 6 times 5 is 30. I've got one right there. I'm going to fill my whole card before I get a bingo line here. 3 times 3 is 9. I already did that one. 3 times 5 is 15. I did that one. 3 times 1 is 3. 5 times 3 is 15. Keep getting lots of repeats. 4. Oh, I could have done 4. And I got a bingo right there. Okay, so go ahead, get in, play your multiplication bingo with zeros this time, and make sure you're recording in your book so you can talk with your teacher about it. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.